Thanks everyone that tweeted into Cricket Australia with some questions that I'm going to answer. I'll answer a few of them, but there's some beauties here. Sam Frick asks, is there any chance Chad Sayers will get a look in with James Patterson going home? Well, as the selectors, we'll sit down and have a look at the combination we like for the next coming test matches. So Chad's in the frame, been on the A Tour in South Africa, and he had a great series, obviously, with Sheffield Shield last year, and also the A Tour to the UK. So he's over there playing in South Africa. Hopefully he'll get some wickets, and then we'll see what happens from there. But great question, Sam. Also, Adrian Crawford asked, I'd love to know what I said to Usman Khawaja before he went out to bat in the second innings. The first innings he was disappointed with his shot, as we know, but he applied himself beautifully in the second innings. It was a case of playing Usman's way. We don't want him to play an Adam Gilchrist way, or we want him to play his way, and that's patience, working the ball around, playing to his areas, and I think he did that beautifully in the second innings by making a very good 54. I would have loved him to make 100, and that's probably the biggest issue with all our players when they get a start, make sure they make 100. After all, we've had our top 7 pretty much make 50, but we certainly need some of them making 100s. But Usman played really well in the second innings, so great question, Adrian. Peter Lloyd, this is a different one. A traveller pie or a classic round-shaped pie? Now, I don't know, Peter, if you're talking about myself or not, but I presume you're talking about the big, long 4 and 20 pies you get, or the round one. I like the round one, you get stuck into it better. The long square one's a bit too fidgety for me, so I like the round-shaped one, pretty much like myself. But great question, Peter. Dave Reeve said, what are we going to do about stopping and losing 3 or 4 wickets quickly? Now, again, Dave, it's a question of our guys starting better. We know that. We've talked about that. We've addressed it. But we need to start making that happen as a cricket team. And we've lost clumps of wickets in the first 2 test matches. The challenge for us is to make sure when we get in there we start a little partnership going and continue that on to make it 20 or 30 and 40 and 50 and let it grow. A bit like England have done in a couple of partnerships they've had. We've had some partnerships start, but also we've lost clumps of wickets. So it's about getting in, playing the conditions properly, taking your time, and playing good, hard test match cricket. So that was a great question from Dave. Jeff Harrington asked, did you bring your whites? Well, I don't have any whites that can fit me anymore, but great question. The thing is, as you get older, you can't see them anymore. Simple fact. So we've got the quality players here. Obviously, we lost James Patterson, but there's quality players in this group that need the confidence to play well for Australia over a period of time, and we're going to allow them to learn the game as best we can. But obviously we need results going away. That's like any test match you play or series you play, whether it's test matches or one day. So for us, we need to make sure these young guys are getting and learning the best we possibly can. So whites, I'm a big size now, so they don't make them any bigger. We have one from Mitch Williams. Has the shorter form of the game undermined Australia's batsmen's ability to bat for more than 360 minutes, so a day? Well, we haven't had anyone bat a day, and we haven't batted a day apart from the second innings at Notts. So that's a good question. We need players that can bat 6 hours. We saw in the second test match with someone like Joe Root batting for more than a day. We need our players to start to do that. They know that. They're working really hard. And yes, we have got the ability to bat 6 hours. And as a team, we need to be batting, a day and a half, a day and 3/4, and really grind England down. So for us, we know what we have to do, and we've been learning along the way, but it's time for action, and actions speak louder than words, as we always say. So our batters are going to apply themselves, as they have done in the first 2 test matches, but it hasn't worked out that way. Now it's a case of them really delivering as a batting unit. That's from 1 to 11. And the last one, finally, Clint asks, and I don't get this one, but I'll have a go at it anyway. Why do banks leave the door wide open but chain their pens down? Well, maybe because they're tight. I don't know. Interest rates are coming down. I'm not so sure. But, the bank, we have a great sponsor in the Commonwealth Bank, and they've been fantastic. So we'll ask them to unchain their pens. That might be the answer for you that we need. But thanks very much for all the questions. Keep them coming, and hopefully we'll do another one of these very soon.